So I think Mr. Sanjay has a point. We're going to be waiting for our minister to just join us virtually, and we're going to have his address down in place. And of course, he's already here. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we request your kind attention to our next speaker joining us virtually. Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us Shri Suresh Prabhu, former Union Minister of Government of India. Shri Prabhu, who is the former Union Minister of the Government of India, for over 30 years he's held key cabinet portfolios including industry, power, environment, forest, railways, civil aviation, commerce and industry, and fertilizers and chemicals. He chaired the comprehensive program to link major rivers in the Himalayan and Peninsular region, addressing water stress in India. I think a man of his stature deserves a mighty round of applause, and we hope he can hear whilst as we now await for Shri Suresh Prabhu's address. Thank you so much, Mr. Prabhu, for joining us today in your schedule. I believe you're in Goa.
Today I had 6 programs in 5 different cities. So I said, even if I'm Prabhu, I cannot do all that at the same time. So sorry for not being there in person. Though I would have loved to be there because, as you know, I'm from Mumbai. All in Mumbai. I was brought up in Mumbai and I love Mumbai. And therefore Mumbai first is obviously my first choice. But unfortunately I cannot join in person. So I took this second best possibility of joining you virtually. So thank you very much. And also, I really wish to congratulate you for organizing this very important program on water from Mumbai. As you all know, where do you get water into Mumbai actually? Somebody may say it's come from the tap, you open it and get it. But that's also not true because nowadays you open the tap, water doesn't come. But importantly, the most of the water that we get comes from at least 150-200 kilometers away from city of Mumbai. It may come from Nasik district, it may come from Thane district, it comes from outside the Mumbai. The water is transported, of course, through pipelines from faraway places. The question is, water we consume, but the source of water is not in Mumbai. One can argue that Mumbai is the commercial capital of India. Mumbai has people coming from all parts of the country. Absolutely right. So therefore getting water from outside Mumbai is nothing great. One can argue. But at the same time, we must realize that when the water comes from outside, the local people there also one day are going to ask us, why should we let my water to go to other places? These questions are being asked worldwide. When you transfer water from one place to another, people ask this very fundamental question. And therefore, the challenge that we are facing is that we are having growing population. More and more people come to Mumbai. The demand for water therefore is rising. And obviously, because of a changed lifestyles, we are using more and more water. About 40-50 years ago, the older people will tell you like me, that we'll open a tap, put a bucket full of water and then take a bath. Today we use showers, that two power showers, so water comes with great speed, great velocity, and therefore we actually are using much more water than what we were using before. There are people who use probably even disproportionately high water for various reasons, but let's not get into that aspect. But today water in Mumbai, if it is imported into the city, and at least most of it, we have lakes in Mumbai as well. When I was in school, we used to go there for a picnic, and that was the time that we used to feel that this is where the water comes from. But that is no longer true. And if you are getting water from there, as I said, one day or the other this question is going to come. So there are many things that we have to look at. One, can we be self-sufficient in water? Singapore is a good example. Singapore is a city-state. It is obviously less populated, probably in terms of total size, yes. But Singapore actually is self-sufficient in water. When Singapore became independent, they're carved out of Malaysia. Singapore signed an agreement with Malaysia that we import water from you because now we don't have enough water and therefore you must ensure our water security. This happened some years ago. Since then, Singapore is now become completely self-sufficient in water because they do entire water that falls from the skies. They have catchment system where they catch everything. Of course, Singapore gets much more water and much more rain than in Mumbai because they get almost throughout their agroclimatic conditions are such, the location is such, it gets rains in not just in 3-4 months like what we do, but it gets throughout the year some form of the rainfall or other. But still Singapore has developed a system of catchment of the entire water. Additionally, Singapore actually has now done a research. So almost every drop of water that comes into Singapore, from skies into Singapore land, is captured, processed and used. In addition to that, what they captured and used, and therefore it is now becoming like a fresh water for them, the first primary water. They actually use water, again it recycled. In fact, most of the used water, they recycle in such a way that
Check. Mr. Prabhu, are you able to hear us?
I think, there was some. So I was saying, Singapore not only captures water and also reprocesses and recycles it, but a recycled drainage water is made to a quality which becomes potable. So they drink the water which actually passes through the drains. The toilet water is recycled and made into a potable. So Singapore has become the water surplus. Today also technically they import water from Malaysia, but they actually give that water to them after this. So they are actually speaking, Singapore is a shining example of becoming water. Can we think about that? And can we have a system whereby we can have water catchment areas, we can have processing, recycling? That is one part. The second part is, when we actually import this water from Nasik, for example, farmers there have right on that water. Can we do one thing? Can we bring that water into Mumbai and give back the drainage water which has now more nutrients back to Nasik? Can we do that? So farmers will get not just water but probably with nutrients, because what is gone into the drainage etc. has a additional value for the soil with a human waste and everything added to that. Now, that would mean both these options that I told you. If you say that you have to collect water and do it, it's cost, capital expenditure. If you have to make another pipeline to take water back to Nasik, it's also expensive because additional pipeline. But just imagine the cost that we talk about is the capex once capex, capital expenditure, but also a solution whereby you don't create a social conflict with the farmers there. And therefore we really need to think seriously about it. Another thing for Mumbai is something which I have talked about many times in the past, because this has been the issue that has been agitating me. Can we not have, now the buildings are made, but the cost of flat in Mumbai, the ultra luxury flat will cost you 70,000-80,000 rupees a square. Maybe 30,000, 40,000 is the average cost. How much will be the additional cost in a building if you make each and every house, whatever used water that comes into that, can be again taken out into the reservoir in that society itself, that building itself, and then that can be put for some other purpose. So there are 3 types of quality of water. One is a potable, which has to be highest quality because we consume it, we drink it, it goes into the body, so it definitely has to be the best quality. Second type of water is that what we use for bathing. We drink because we don't drink it, also has to call it because it touches our body. And third, which you don't use it for something and even that second quality can be used for washing, etc. etc. The third is something which actually passes to the drain, etc. One asset can be sent back to the place from where we got the water to begin with, the fresh water we got it, but also can it not be used in the Mumbai city itself for gardening because there are municipal gardens, there are private gardens, there are other uses of water that which human body either don't consume it or doesn't touch the human body. Can we not use it for that? This would again mean that every building, every new building has to have another system to collect it and did it. What is the incremental cost? If this 30,000 rupees a square feet, what would be the additional cost? Is it something which is going to be so prohibitive that people cannot afford it? And the question of affording is not a price alone, but can we live without water? And now there is a big challenge we are facing in terms of climate change, where the water is going to be the major source of concern. And therefore we must think about it. There have been solutions like desalination. Nothing wrong. But it's again another costly affair for which first you have to use energy. One can say you can use solar energy to do desalination, which is possible. Better option than using fossil fuel based energy in any case. But why not you put into place a system whereby you can do? And when we talk about water and Mumbai, there is other dimension I would like to draw your attention. Mumbai is made of several islands which are merged, and now we don't even see those islands, we don't see the demarcating line between two islands because they have become now seamless we travel from one place to another. But Mumbai from both sides have a sea line, coastline. Sea level rise, which is inevitable consequence of climate change, will result into more and more water, and probably Mumbai has a great danger, like many island states of the world, many other areas closer to the sea coast, is the sea level rise will probably bring more water into the sea. So do we have a plan to deal with that? So when you talk water, is one part is drinking, one part is potability, one part is for various purposes that I talked about. But just imagine that another danger of water. So here, lack of water or not enough water is that what we talked about. But what about too much of water, which is of course saline water, which is going to come from the sea, which is going to have a huge imminent danger for the city of Mumbai. Have we got a plan to deal with that? It happens in Mumbai when it rains so much that whole areas, at least some of the low-lying areas, and we know all the places where it always happens, Lalbagh, Parel, some of the areas always have a big waterlogging. Can we therefore think about a solution? This waterlogging coming in time when, of course, it actually coincides sometimes when there is a high tide and there is a big rain, then it becomes a bigger problem. But can we therefore deal with all these issues together and think about a holistic solution for Mumbai? Mumbai, of course, has another advantage which can be used this sea coastline for transportation. Can we not use it as one of new ideas has been thought about many times? We experimented with it, also did not succeed. But I think my dear friend Sanjay Ubale and people like that who have such great experience can actually come out with a good solution for that. So water has many dimensions as far as Mumbai city is concerned. We are surrounded by water. We have water all over. And as you said, there's no drop to drink. It's not true now. There's no drop to drink. We can get water to drink luckily thanks to the arrangement that has been made. But still, we should not be in a comfort zone by saying we have no water problem. We have water problem of different dimension, different nature, of different from different sources. So we must think about it and actually come out with good ideas to work on that. And these are not some rocket science ideas. These are all doable, this is all practical, this is definitely sustainable ideas which can be taken forward. But I think what really needs is people like you, who are the brain trust of Mumbai. You think Mumbai first, that's your priority. I wish every Mumbaiker think that Mumbai first is his mission. But that should happen, and I'm sure would happen, I'm sure with the kind of effort that you're putting in. But we must think about Mumbai as a part of the major ideas emanating from there and also solving in a manner that we all become self-sufficient in terms of addressing these challenges. I really wish I could be there so I could have met all of you and could have listened to many of you to enrich myself with this idea that you must have generated during the day. But I'm sure one of the days I would like to come and talk to you because there are many things. One day I would like to also have some session with you on Mumbai and energy issues, Mumbai and waste management issues, Mumbai and transportation issues. That means like that I just mentioned transportation is sea transport. But I think we should really think through all these ideas and this is all possible to solve them provided we put our heads together, which you already done. So I think we'll like to work with you. My apologies that I didn't come throughout the day with you. And I'm here only for some time because I know you must have been tired talking throughout the day. And of course, politicians' talks are always boring and not something which has any substance. So thank you very much. I really appreciate this opportunity and look forward to working with all of you. And thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it. God bless you.
Thank you so